Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the world of British 1 shilling coins. And trust me, some of these silver coins could be worth life-changing money. Seriously, people have found rare shilling coins in old jars, loose pocket change, and even at yard sales, only to discover they're worth hundreds or even thousands of pounds. In this video, we're counting down the top 2 most valuable British 1 shilling coins you should be looking for. We'll explore rare dates, historic designs, and valuable mint errors that can turn an ordinary coin into a hidden treasure. So stay tuned, and don't forget to check your coins, because you might already have one of these rare pieces at home. Let's get started. First up, the story you're about to tell begins with a twist that instantly captures attention, because there is no such thing as a Queen Lincoln silver penny. The coin you're really talking about is the Lincoln cent from 1954 with no mint mark, struck in Philadelphia, and it features Abraham Lincoln, not Elizabeth II. And here's where the mystery deepens. This coin was never meant to be silver at all. It was made from bronze, a mix of copper, tin, and zinc, giving it that classic reddish-brown color collectors recognize instantly. So when someone claims to have a silver 1954 penny, it immediately raises curiosity, and sometimes real excitement. Back in 1954, the Lincoln cent was part of what many collectors call the golden era of American pennies. These coins were solid, heavy, and rich in copper, unlike modern pennies. Millions were minted in Philadelphia without a mint mark, and they moved through everyday life, used in stores, dropped into jars, and often forgotten. On the surface, it's a very common coin. But in the world of coin collecting, common coins can sometimes hide uncommon secrets, and that's where the story becomes powerful. Now step into the part that sparks imagination. The idea of a penny worth $700,000 or more, a coin that could change your life overnight. For a normal 1954 no mint mark Lincoln cent, the reality is simple. Most are worth only a few cents to a few dollars, depending on condition. But here's where the mystery begins. Because if a 1954 penny appears silver in color, something unusual has happened. It could be plated after leaving the mint, which usually adds no real value. But in extremely rare cases, a coin could be struck on the wrong metal planchet, something never intended to happen. That's the kind of mistake that can turn an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. These rare mint errors are the real stars of the coin world. Imagine a 1954 penny accidentally struck on a silver-colored planchet meant for another coin. That would be a true rarity, something collectors would study, verify, and potentially pay serious money for. These are the coins that fuel stories of hidden wealth. Not the common ones, but the rare accidents that slip through the system unnoticed. Condition adds another layer of power to the story. A coin that has never been circulated, still shining with its original mint luster, can be worth far more than a worn example. High-grade coins from the 1950s are especially desirable because so many have been used and damaged over time. A nearly perfect 1954 penny can command a strong premium compared to an average one, even without any errors. The idea of dirty condition coins being valuable is one of the biggest myths. Dirt, scratches, and will almost always reduce value. Cleaning a coin can actually harm it by removing its natural surface. However, if a coin has a rare and dramatic error, collectors may still value it even if it isn't perfect. In those cases, the uniqueness of the coin matters more than how it looks, but without rarity, condition alone won't create extreme value. Then comes the concept of certification, the sticker or sealed holder that can completely change how a coin is viewed. Professional grading companies examine coins closely, confirm authenticity, and assign a grade. A certified coin becomes more trusted and desirable, often selling for higher prices because buyers know exactly what they're getting. This is especially important for unusual coins, where verification can turn curiosity into real value. The legend of a $700,000 penny is built on extremely rare, verified examples. Coins with unique features, extreme rarity, or historical significance. A standard 1954 Lincoln cent does not fall into that category, but a rare error version could become highly valuable. That possibility is what keeps collectors searching, checking, and imagining what might be hidden in plain sight. In the end, the real power of the 1954 Lincoln penny isn't guaranteed riches. It's the mystery it carries and the chance it represents. It reminds us that even an ordinary-looking coin can hold a story, and sometimes that story leads to something extraordinary. So if you have one that looks unusual, especially silver in color, don't rush to sell it or ignore it. Look closely, understand what you're holding, and remember, the true treasure in coin collecting isn't just money. It's the knowledge that helps you recognize when something ordinary becomes something truly rare. The story you're about to tell begins with one of the most electrifying moments in coin history, a moment where a simple mistake turned an ordinary coin into a legend. There is no Queen Lincoln penny, but the real star here is the Lincoln cent from 1955 with no mint mark, struck in Philadelphia, carrying the image of Abraham Lincoln. And unlike many other coins you've asked about, this one truly has a shocking, real story behind it. One that has created some of the most famous and valuable pennies ever discovered. In 1955, something went wrong at the mint, very wrong. During production, a misalignment occurred in the die used to strike the coins. The result was a dramatic and highly visible error, now known as the 1955 double die Lincoln cent. On these coins, the date and lettering appear clearly doubled, almost as if the coin was printed twice slightly out of place. This wasn't a tiny detail you needed a microscope to see. It was bold, obvious, and impossible to ignore. Thousands of these error coins entered circulation before the mistake was caught, and suddenly, something ordinary became extraordinary. Now step into the excitement. The dream of a coin worth $700,000 or more. While most 1955 pennies are still common and worth only a small amount, the famous double die version is a completely different story. These coins have sold for thousands, tens of thousands, and in top condition, even more. They are among the most recognized error coins in the world. The idea of finding one in pocket change is what fuels the legend, the belief that a single coin could change your life overnight. But here's where things get even more interesting. You mentioned a silver penny, and that's where mystery enters the story. A genuine 1955 Lincoln cent was never made of silver. It was bronze with that classic copper color. If you see one that looks silver, there are a few possibilities. The most common is plating. Someone coated the coin after it left the mint, which usually adds no real value. But the rare and exciting possibility is an off-metal error, where a coin was accidentally struck on the wrong type of blank. If such a coin were real and verified, it could be extremely valuable because it represents a mistake that was never supposed to happen. Condition plays a powerful role in value as well. A 1955 double die penny in worn condition is still valuable, but in near-perfect condition, it becomes something collectors compete for. The sharper the details, the stronger the doubling, and the better the preservation, the higher the price. These coins are rare not just because of the error, but because so few have survived in excellent condition after decades of use. The idea of dirty coins being valuable is one of the biggest misconceptions. Dirt, scratches, and will usually reduce value, not increase it. Cleaning a coin can actually damage it and lower its worth even further. However, if a coin has a rare feature like the double die error, collectors will still value it, even if it isn't perfect. In those cases, the error itself becomes the star of the story. Then comes the moment that can change everything: certification. Professional grading companies examine coins under magnification, confirm whether they are genuine, and assign a grade. This is what people often call the sticker or sealed holder. A certified 1955 double die penny carries trust, and that trust is what allows it to reach high prices in the market. Without verification, even a coin that looks valuable may not be taken seriously. The legend of a $700,000 penny doesn't come from ordinary coins. It comes from rare, verified pieces with extraordinary stories. The 1955 double die Lincoln cent is one of the closest real examples to that dream. While most won't reach that extreme value, they're among the most famous and desirable pennies ever created. In the end, the real power of the 1955 Lincoln penny isn't just in its price, it's in its story. It proves that even a mistake can become a masterpiece, that something small can carry enormous value, and that history can hide in the most unexpected places. So if you ever come across a 1955 penny, don't rush to spend it or ignore it. Look closely, because if you see that unmistakable doubling, you might be holding one of the most legendary coins ever made.